Okay, so having seen the finale for Amazing Digital Circus, I originally saw it in theaters like many others, roughly a week ago, week and a half ago. Yeah, week and a half ago. And I've been keeping up with the show pretty much since it released, about a month after it released. At first, I didn't think it looked too good until I actually watched it, and I thought it was interesting, at least. It was very interesting. Now, if you don't know what Amazing Digital Circus is, I would first like to say that it is a show about, we'll say, like a group of people waking up in some weird, twisted, digital, hence the name, digital circus, in which every day they have to go through some weird task, which is created by a I'll call him a dungeon master. Essentially, this is like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing, right? Not really, but someone that curates little games and stuff for them to do, little challenges each day. I guess if you want, time is interesting. Okay, I wouldn't say there's really days. I don't think there's days or nights in this, from what I understand. But I'll have to go back. Well, no, there are, I guess, right? But okay, anyway. So throughout the show, you're kind of following them. They don't know why they're here, who they are. They don't remember their real names. They just kind of give each other their own names, and they are essentially slowly trying to piece things together, not just of, like I just said, what is going on, but also trying to understand the mental state of every single person. Okay, now the controversial part is the ending. Keep in mind, this is a show that's been releasing an episode, like, I think in one case like 6 months, every 8 months or something crazy like that. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute, and there was only 9 episodes. So a lot of buildup was riding on this finale. Now, was it satisfying? Now, I do think the ending was good. It was good. I think the animation was good. I couldn't have written anything better. Any ideas I have that could have helped it is only because Gooseworks kind of wrote the foundation. They paved the road for any other good ideas that I could have built onto this. So this isn't me knocking on them. This is with full respect and respect for their craft that Gooseworks has been doing. Now, so in the ending episode, Kane just kind of, or the episode before, he kind of poofs out of existence, and then he shows back up feeling sorry. Sorry, yeah, because he kind of realizes what he did was wrong, etc., etc. But what I have a hard time buying is how the writing kind of portrays him as being a good person that we should sympathize with, despite the fact that for the past 9 episodes, he's been torturing people until in the show they call it abstracting, which is a form of, in the show it's portrayed as like a digital type of Roblox unaliving, right? Yeah. So, and he's essentially done this to a big cast of characters. A whole cycle of a team has been tortured to this point mentally by him, and we're supposed to accept that he's a good guy now, guys. We like him. He's portrayed as a good person, and there's a little phase in which they're trying to learn how to trust him. They're like, oh, it's going to take a little bit, it's going to be a bit till I warm up to you. And literally the episode before, we see him mentally abusing them and physically abusing them, making them relive their worst traumas in their life that they've ever had to go through. And literally the episode before, and now it's all A-OK, despite it. Like, it really caused, you see how much trauma it caused them as a group. And he's done this multiple times, just not to that extent, but he has done this to everyone. Now, that was one big problem I had. I think his name's Kane, they didn't do enough justification towards Kane's character. Now, second of all, I think Jax's character arc, while they make him abstract in the last episode in case you didn't already know, but I I really, it's not that it was bad, it's not that it wasn't consistent, it just isn't satisfying. I understand what a lot of people are going to say and be like, well, that's how like real life is, and I do think there's a place for it. It's just it Jax is a character that takes up a lot of room in the show, and for it to just end abruptly like that when you're like, okay, so there's no conclusion to who he is as a person. Like you do see who he is, how he got to be the way he was, but no growth. It just very much left it very unsatisfying. Yeah, very unsatisfying. I don't want to say I didn't like it, but it does need to be said. And I appreciate it for being different, and this might be the type of show that 5 years down the road, after we've had some time to sit and think about it, we'd be like, I'm really glad they did that. So this is just me kind of throwing my ideas out there, so please don't hurt me. Likewise, I don't appreciate the way that the twist was explained. It was okay. The whole show is them trying to figure out who they were, why they were there, the whole mystery of it, and it gets shown to the characters through a PowerPoint presentation by the guy who just tortured them and mentally abused them for the who knows how long, right? Like, imagine you wake up in like someone's basement with like 10 other people, and they're making you play stupid games each day while also being relentlessly bullied the whole time for a long time, and then that person just kind of wakes up and it's like, hey, yeah, sorry about that, and oh yeah, I know that you forgot who you are and all that, but here's who you are, here's a little PowerPoint presentation I just made for you. Yeah, that's how that was done in the show. It's like cool, and like Kane finds this by going through a door. Lovely. Me personally, again, if I were to add on to this, if I were to build onto this, I would have had the main cast find the store and find it for themselves, because a lot of the show was them trying to piece things together, and they didn't get that moment. A lot of the work they did was purely because Kane went crazy, and then Kinger popped him out, and then Kane somehow finagled his way back in. I guess, what was he in, like the recycling bin or something in the computer? Oh, which, yeah, surprise, that's the thing. They're all brain scans of people. Would it be AI? Not in the way that we're used to talking about it, but I think in more of like a traditional way. They are, in fact, a artificial intelligence of like a scan of someone else's mind, which was neat. I think that was a different way to go about it, and I do appreciate that, but it was something that annoyed me. Now, okay, I got the negatives out. I got a lot of the big negatives out. Some things I did like. I do have a full list right here in front of me, so we hear it. They did a great job. The animation for the episode was really good. I love, especially a lot of the little magic stuff that Kane was doing in the little cyber world when he was floating around. That was fun. That was cool. Overall character growth was great. I did like when Pomni was going inside of Jax's mind, just to kind of see everything from his perspective and to play around with his different like personalities ish. It was cool, and I thought it did a lot of interesting things with the Jax character. It was also really cool seeing how Jax got the way he was, and how he used to be a little more open towards people, and why he was so closed off towards others all of a sudden. Additionally, I'd like to say I don't even think I could do a 10th as good of a job as Gooseworks did. Whoever did all the writing and the production and the animation did a hell of a job. And so if you haven't watched the show, which I don't know why the crap you'd be watching my video right now. You should definitely go watch their show all the way through. It's free on YouTube. Go watch it. Give them some love. Make sure you give them some comment, likes, and subscribes, but only after you comment, like, and subscribe to me. Anyways, this video is getting kind of long. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Be curious about the conversation we can have about this later, guys. See you on the other side, brother.